My beautiful humans, to another episode of If I Die Tomorrow. I'm your host, Nicole, and I'm so glad you could join me. If today was my last day, I wouldn't want to spend it feeling like I was misunderstood, and I certainly wouldn't want the people I love to feel unheard. Last episode, we looked at the 4 styles of communicators, the different ways we can bridge the gap between us. And today we're looking at what people say when they aren't speaking at all. While we often focus on words, the body is constantly broadcasting the truth. Learning to read these signals isn't just about being a heart reader, it's about being a better partner, friend, and colleague by acknowledging the physical reality of the person in front of you. Sounds like a lot. We do a lot of work. First, let's just, jump right in. Communication is roughly 70% body language. Until I was researching for this, I did not realize that it was actually 70%. I knew it was high, but I didn't know the actual percentage. I don't know if it really makes that much of a difference, but it was eye-opening. And I'm not going to let that number intimidate me. I'm going to think of it more of like checking the weather. I mean, because like if you go outside, you can feel the temperature change, or you walk into a different room, you can feel the temperature change. You can do that with a person as well. The vibes up, there's a vibe, there's a feeling, whether it's good or bad, you pick up on it. And you can do this, and there isn't a single word that's said. There are some tools that we can use to read the atmosphere, check the vibe, however you want to do it, what you want to say, how you want to call it. There's close clues. If someone is hunched over, their jaw's tight, they have their arms crossed, they're actually creating a protective barrier. They're bracing for a world that actually feels too much. And there's open cues. Their uncrossed limbs, relaxed shoulders. Their palms are visible a lot. I know when we're talking about stuff like that, it's almost like a safety thing to see somebody's palms. Like, ooh, I don't have anything to hide. And it's also saying that they're safe and they're ready for a connection. Now, I know, just like with the 4 types of communicators, we can split this. We can split hairs on this. But I'm just trying to give you a different perspective and a general overview. And that's how I would love for you to take it. So, I mean, if you're going to come at me in the comments, I understand. But I am also just kind of generalizing a lot of this. And I just want to open your eyes and your hearts to this. To communicate effectively, you have to understand the different styles of communicators because they have different body language styles as well. They have a physical dialect that you need to cue into. And based on our last episode, I'm going to break down how those styles show up and how you might be able to respond to them to ease some of that. See, I'm not just coming with a problem, I'm trying to offer some solutions. First, you have the analytical communicator. They're the logic focused. They show stillness. You see minimal gestures, a thinking brow. They're not being cold. Their style is centered on precision. When you're interacting with an analytical communicator, you can give them physical space. Don't force intense eye contact. And when you make a statement, let them process it. Keep your gesture small and your posture calm. And I know when you're watching this, you can see me moving. I'm a hand talker. And you've guessed that. And it's okay. That's where my favorite language lies. Personal. I travel everywhere, just like you do. But personal is my favorite. Next, we have our intuitive or our driver, result focused. They actually show restlessness, tapping a pen, looking at the door, switching weight from leg to leg. They aren't bored. It's just that their style is built for speed and they want to see the big picture. To put them at ease, match their lean forward. Cut to the point. And, again, because they don't like long stories, it makes them itch. So be to the point. Give them the end goal without all of the steps in between. When you do that, you can actually see them relax. Maybe they tap less. They don't move back and forth, almost like a seesaw, shifting weight. And maybe their brow unfurrows just a little. Now you have your functional, which is process focused. And they show a rhythm. You'll see them nodding or taking notes. When you see their rhythm stop on whatever they're doing, you might have just lost them. So what you need to do is you stay linear with them. And if you see something like they stop nodding or writing notes, or you see their jaw tense up, you can say, do you feel I missed a step? Do you want to go back to the beginning? Let's go back over the plan. And you can watch the relaxation come back over them because you're starting to go back to their style. Finally, there's personal. You can show them mirroring. They will copy your posture. They like to build a rapport. If you see them lean out, they're starting to emotionally disconnect. And you need to be quick in order to get them back. I'm just going to tell you that. For them, use a warm, when you respond, use warmth, open palm gestures, soft eyes, and you can ask them, how does that feel? Because they really make that connection. Now, I'm going to tell you, regardless of someone's communication style, there are universal signals of comfort and discomfort. There's the lean. And this is the compass of human interaction. If someone leans towards you, they're offering you trust. If they lean away or place an object in between you, they're asking for air. If you see a lean away, don't chase them. Please don't. Just step back. Give them the space and the silence that they signaled to you. If their feet are pointed towards the door, their mind is probably already gone. So you can honor that by saying, I see you're on the move. Let's pick this up when you have more time. And by doing that, you're doing it in a way that's respectful and also honoring the communication style without making them feel bad. Because we don't need to make people feel bad because of how they communicate. And one of the other things that we need to do is we need to detach our ego from this. A massive part of understanding body language is knowing that it isn't about you. That tapping foot might be anxiety about a deadline that's happening in their life. That averted gaze may be a tension headache that's just started. When you read a cue, stop reacting to their mood and start responding to their need. Instead of getting frustrated, try to lighten the room. Try asking, hey, you seem a little heavy today. I can feel it. Do you want to talk? You can ease that tension by offering the soft face, the open palms. Because remember, we were given ears to listen with, a heart to love with, hands for helping, eyes for seeing, and a mouth for speaking kind things. I want you to understand that as much as this world is ego driven, sometimes it really just isn't about us, and we have to be okay with that, and we have to learn to understand it and let go. And when you do that and you come at it from that perspective, you then become a person that is seen as safe and trustworthy. If today were your last day, you'd want your presence to be a gift. And you can physically facilitate that. You didn't know that, did you? But you can. Not with some of those ways that y'all thinking. No, we're keeping it clean. You can do the truth plane. Keep your hands visible at navel height. I know why we got to bring in our belly button, but this is a primal signal for honesty, and it tells the other person's brain that you have nothing to hide. And then there's the 45-degree angle. Avoid standing perfectly squared up like you're in a standoff. Angle your body slightly. It turns a face-off into a shared space, making it much easier for people to open up. And isn't that the goal? Your challenge this week is look for the lean in or the lean out and identify it. You've already identified some of the most important people in your life's communication style. This is just building on it. Don't overthink it. Just notice the signals. Life is too short to miss what people are trying to tell you. When you see someone closed, don't judge the shield. Acknowledge the human being behind it. I'm going to tell you that next week, we're continuing with our communication style, but when someone comes at you with high heat, your instinct is to fire back. But I'm going to show you why staying cool is actually the ultimate power move. So I hope you join me next week when we discuss another way and form of communication. But as always, be kind, be grateful, stay humble.